Having done that, and this is important, you now have an administration in the state, and I can tell you, and this is where people like Ikimi has to be appreciated. I mean, as leader of AC in this state, Ikimi has never had to tell me, Comrade, why are you building that road? Why do you want to go and build school in that village? Why are you bothering about health sector? How much are you coming from Abuja? How do we share it? No, he has never said that. If anything, what we meet is about, how do we ensure that we carry development to every nook and cranny of the state. And today, beginning with rural construction, in the past, it's like rural areas, rural people are substandard people, and therefore we talk of rural roads like the different days, just make a footpath. Today, the most difficult terrain in Edo has been connected with standard road that compares very, very favorably, oftentimes even a lot better than federal roads, connecting places like Orenigbe that was not accessible during rainy season, places like Imiegba, because of the valleys and hills and so on, they are giving up on life, blaming witchcraft for the fact that for 50 years they have not known development. Places like Okpekpe, where we now have an annual sporting event, marathon, and so on, to Orenigbe area, where we are constructing the longest road of about 60-something kilometers. Across every local government, we are building standard roads. And
what about the roads in Benin?
No,
because I came to Benin a short while, some time ago, and it looked like every road was being built.
Yeah, I wanted to start from the rural areas because these are areas where if you are not from there, you wouldn't know what is happening, except there's a burial ceremony and people invite big guys to come. So we have made a bold statement with rural development because I'm convinced that rural poverty is not an act of God. When people cannot be connected, when they can't be reached, you can't deliver development. And the starting point, therefore, is access. So we've done that. In Benin City, some 6 years ago, ask anybody on the street, when it's raining, people carry their children home. They rush to school to pick their children. And we even have situations in which, because of flood erosion, some children were washed off their mother's bedroom. And we have, if you are a familiar, if you come to Benin during rainy season, around there's a place we call Tomline, where we have seasonal river. That is a place where once it rains for 5 minutes, you can pass. We have another place they call Five Junction, like Five Confusion. 5 minutes rain, the flood there will be like, if you are in Lagos, it look like a lagoon. Drainages were blocked, etc. Today, all of those areas are cleaned up. For the first time, you have 6-lane roads in different parts of Benin City, and every road carries side drains, walkways, street light. There was not one street in Benin with street light. There was not one street in Benin with walkways. Today, to build a road without walkway would be like, the guy is crazy. To build a road without drainage is unacceptable. But we also recognize that if you build side drains without ultimate destination, because Benin is like, we have a number of basins, and the challenge of the past has been that there is nowhere to drain the water to. Now, we brought in consultants that took an area survey of the city, collect data, on the basis of which we are now carrying out what we call Benin City Water Storm Master Plan. Now, the first phase is about 30 billion Naira project. People say, how are we going to get the money to finance it? I said, in life, nobody has all the money it needs to do all of the things you desire. What makes the difference is your capacity to order your priorities, but also to manage prudently so that you get value for money. And that project today, by 3 days ago when I look at the project, how much we have paid, I think we paid almost 19 billion out of 30, which means we've done about 2/3 of it. And I'm confident that before the end of my tenure, that will be completed. But the good news is that as we speak, areas where we couldn't do nothing before, this Benin City Master Plan water storm master plan, it's already, the benefits already being felt. There's an area that used to be so notorious, they call it the teacher's house. People abandoned the neighborhood. Now people are coming back. You go to Upper Lawani, those ones have given up on life. A young woman told me that for 25 years, even Okada couldn't get to her place because of the amount of silt. The airport road, we had a huge debate when the house was dominated by PDP. They prevented me from constructing the road. They even alleged that my intention was to pull down the Oba's palace. But they forget that our Oba is easily one of the most educated, one of the most exposed, seasoned administrator, having been a federal palm sec before becoming the Oba. And the Oba told them, if the palace wall is obstacle to development, let it go. So nobody should love the palace more than the Oba. And today, you go to airport, you find a 6-lane road, well paved with a median, we have planted trees on it. Deliberately, we are putting palm trees to make a statement that in this state, some of our most viable businesses run by private companies quoted on the stock exchange are oil palm companies. So that people who want to invest in oil palm, this is the destination. And I know the market is growing, right now.
You have NIFO around the corner, haven't you?
That's right. NIFO, we have Okomu, we have Presco. They are all quoted, they are all servicing not only the domestic market, but also exporting. So I think if you go to our schools today are far more appealing